And they're off. Attentive beginning on the outside for Midnight Society and Victor Santiago to get out loose on the lead. Backstage Bambi is up into second. Bugsy's Wave Rider, not a lot of pace, and Ast now drops back a spot to That's a Bird, who's on the muscle and starts to move on up by the half-mile to go mark. It's Midnight Society by 2 lengths from Backstage Bambi and Rainier Arrieta. Back in third is That's a Bird, and struggling to catch up is Bugsy's Wave Rider, about 6 lengths off the dueling leaders. Around the turn towards the 2 furlong to go mark. On the outside is Backstage Bambi, pinning Midnight Society to the inside rail. Continuing in third is That's a Bird, and out the back throughout has been Bugsy's Wave Rider. These two have been match racing. In the last furlong and a half, deep stretch, Midnight Society recaptures the lead. Right hand urging by Backstage Bambi, who now takes over the lead. Hustling That's a Bird late. Backstage Bambi wins the opener. And they're off. Sprinting start for Dragonfly Kisses and Alex Bendezu. Get to the lead. Here comes the speed of the Maiden Breaker. Last out, Tense to go right underneath. Positioned well up into second is Wildwood Dreamer. Backing out just a bit after a good start, Dragonfly Kisses third. Well back in fourth and into the bit is Shine Down. And then next we have Moon Pie's Image, who's flanked on the outside by newcomer to this venue. James Falls and Javier Tavares goes around circumventing, and Dushine's out the back double digits around the turn. And a lonesome leader, Wildwood Dreamer and Victor Santiago, out and just toying with this group by half a dozen. Wanting to get out around the turn is Tense, not liking not being on the lead. Dragonfly Kisses is back into it in a joint fourth with Shine Down, who's running on. But there's no catching Wildwood Dreamer. Knocked down to 1-2 inside the final furlong grounds, and it is over. Wildwood Dreamer, Victor Santiago, Becker, and Ritter. Where have we heard this? Going to win by at least 10 lengths. Then the photo is going to develop, and it's going to go to Tense for second. The oncoming Moon Pie's Image was third. And they're off. Very quick beginning for your favorite Warning Label, who got loose and now goes back. Gives way to Late in the Day, flashing some pace. Outside of that comes Windigo Spirit in second. Third is He's a Fine Man. Back in fourth and fifth, Rail for Safe, who's just swamped like whitewater. On the outside, Warning Label's in a very good position, but very, very wide. Speaking of that, KT's Jilted Groom is circumventing. Dropping off a couple of spots is Safe now out the back. Passed is that one by George's Vision, and on the outer is High Life again. They round the turn, and it's Late in the Day, and Victor Santiago going out to a 4.5 length cushion. In the final 2 furlong grounds, it's Windigo Spirit in second. Warning Label has to make up about 5 or 6 lengths. On the inside, under a drive, He's a Fine Man. On the outside, Nothing's Coming Late. Maybe Warning Label down the center of the course, are all in search of Late in the Day, who's built up 6. And Late in the Day at 14-1. Looks like a 4-5 favorite. Gonna romp home by 4.5. Photo for second. Either Windigo Spirit or the oncoming George. And they're off. Very quick beginnings for Crankshaft and 2 Cookie Rule out together. Now dropping off the pace is 2 Cookie Rule, giving way to Crankshaft, who has the lead but now is countered by T. Burns. T. Burns underneath by a half a length. They zip right down the backstretch run, past the 5. They're glued together. T. Burns and Crankshaft. Nothing between them. Well back in third is Alpine Ghost with a big try here. Is all alone in third. Dropping anchor is 2 Cookie Rule. And then out the back, Not Again Jackie. The 2 late runners have a lot to do in 22 1/5 of a second for the opening quarter. And it's a well-in-hand Crankshaft underneath Alvin Ortiz, out by a half a length from T. Burns. First timer over the surface. And now in third, looming an ominous presence, is Alpine Ghost. Swung out for the drive, and a late run for 2 Cookie Rule. Nothing yet for Not Again Jackie. Deep stretch, final furlong grounds. Crankshaft is still out to a length and a half. Gonna have to fend off 2 Cookie Rule. 2 Cookie Rule gonna go right on by and hammer another 14-1 shot. Photo second's gonna go to Alpine Ghost over Crankshaft. And they're off. Slow to go, both outside and inside runners. DeYank and Crapshooter. Out like a good thing is My Little Tipsy to show him the hind end early. It's going to be RH Smokum up to second. Third is Yabba Dabba Doo, is swamped on the outside by the hard-to-hold Prince of Mayhem, who's gaining up ever so slightly. Dropping back is Crapshooter. Around the only turn they go, and moving on forward with it comes DeYank, and circumventing is the outside stall runner with its Bellamy time, running back in fifth. Sixth and on the move is Yabba Dabba Doo along the rail. The last duo out the back, line of Denhams and Crapshooter. They have 7 or 8 lengths to muster up to get My Little Tipsy, and Alvin Ortiz at the 3/16 pole. Here comes Yabba Dabba Doo skirting the rail. It's My Little Tipsy, Yabba Dabba Doo, and DeYank, and splitting his Prince of Mayhem wide open. DeYank is rolling on home. They have to get by My Little Tipsy, and DeYank and Rainier Arrieta with a riding double do just that. My Little Tipsy for second, Yabba Dabba Doo third again, and Prince of Mayhem. And they're off. Perfect start. Hustling away from the inside stall, ever-loving hand to dictate terms. They go towards the 7 furlong pole, ever-loving hand and Victor Balin by about 2 lengths. Then a quadrant line up behind that lonesome leader. That's Violenza de Oro in second. Third on the outside, Seminole Beach, parked on the inside rail towards the 3/4 is You're In Corey fourth. Fifth is Mac Pandowdy, and late on the scene will be Irish Declaration. They string out together about 9 lengths from front to back. Blazing the trail down the backstretch is Ever-Loving Hand, out by 2.5. Violenza de Oro ready to go in second. Looking live is Seminole Beach in third. Moving up a little bit in fourth is You're In Corey. Fifth and sixth, deadlock now. Mike Pandowdy in a tussle with Irish Declaration out the back. They ran the half mile in 48 1/5 of a second. Ever-Loving Hand trying to slow him down. Keen to go, and go now is Violenza de Oro is all in. Just patiently plodding along is Seminole Beach in hand for the rider. Seminole Beach is rolling now on the far outside, still third. Backing out fourth, You're In Corey has to get restarted. Irish Declaration fifth. Mac Pandowdy out the back. It's Violenza de Oro has shoved the chips all in at the 3/8 pole. They're at the 3/16. Still has a half a length on a stubborn foe. Ever-Loving Hand second. Here's Seminole Beach produced. Seminole Beach going to go by Violenza de Oro. They're inside the final furlong. Seminole Beach to win. Violenza de Oro second, Ever-Loving Hand, then Irish Declaration, You're In Corey, and Mac Pandowdy. And they're off. Awkward beginning for Red Label. Asked for everything. Upbeat Melody and Victor Santiago trying to cross and clear, but Dust Dancer's going to have a say in that. Will have to relinquish the lead and sit second. Medal of Fact will be third, splitting early on is Baseball Politics for third, and on the outside in fourth is Medal of Fact. Backing out in fifth is Full Magazine, then a long way back to Tony's Morning Line, who has to make up 9 lengths, and way back to Red Label is very awkward moving around the turn. Opening quarter 22 1. On the lean, Upbeat Melody has some company. Dust Dancer trying to go back to back. And on the far outside, Baseball Politics is well off that fence. And really out in the center, Medal of Fact and Upbeat Melody. Upbeat Melody has to do it out by a length, but here comes Baseball Politics. Baseball Politics at 6-5 has the measure and will roll. Baseball Politics, Javier Tavares by more than 3. Upbeat Melody, a good place spot. Tony's Morning Line was third, and then Medal of Fact.